We've been here on Google's campus called the Googleplex all day long, and one thing that I've really learned is that Google's giving a lot of really smart stuff away for free. Why are they doing it? And now they're going into the internet browser department with Chrome, and that too is free. Well, I'm bringing in right now the Director of Product Management for Google Chrome, and his name is Brian Rakowski. Good to have you here, Brian.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, we'll get to the free thing in a minute, but let's start talking about Chrome first. A lot of us out there use Internet Explorer or Safari if you're on Mac, or Firefox. How are you going to convince all those people out there to start using Chrome?
Well, the people who are using a browser that they chose to use are, that's okay. We want the people who are using the browser that came with their computer to realize that there's a choice and try something else. So it's all about giving people a choice of browser. We think Chrome is good because it's particularly fast, stable, secure.
What else do you offer at Chrome that we wouldn't get elsewhere?
Well, aside from speed, is our main focus. Okay. We try to make sure it's fast to start, fast to load pages, fast to execute complicated pages. We also offer people a bunch of time-saving features. So, for instance, the new tab page, when you open a new tab, it shows you all the sites that you probably want to go to based on where you've been in the past.
Okay, over here is the Chrome browser
here. Tab page.
So this is the new tab page. Tell me what I'm seeing over here.
So these are your 8 most visited sites. Automatically configured based on the pages you've been to in the past in Chrome. It fills in all those sites for you so you can easily click on them whenever you create a new tab.
Microsoft totally dominates the browser market. You're going after them on browser while they're going after Google on search, which I find so interesting. But how do you keep your eye on the ball? Do you tune out the competitor in your division, or do you look at what they're doing and say we could do things differently, better, whatever?
Well, it's a little bit of both. I mean, we don't want to be obsessed with our competitors, but at the same time, we don't want to stick our head in the sand. We try to look for the best features and get the best ideas from everybody out there. There's a lot of really smart people working on browsers today, and that's one of the reasons why we open sourced our browser. It's all available for others to take the code and compile it into their own browsers or do whatever they want. We borrow a lot of things from Firefox, which is also an open source browser. Hopefully they'll borrow a lot of things from us that they like as well.
It's a free kumbaya sharing world here. Again, you're giving away the Chrome browser. Why? And is there a revenue stream here somewhere down the line?
Well, what we really want to do is make the web better. All of our users come to Google using our services through the browser. So if we can make the browser better and make people have a better experience, they'll use our services more, and in that way, we'll grow the pie for us.
You've been a 7-year employee here at Google. You're a Stanford graduate. Tell me what it's like to work here.
It's great. I mean, the food, the benefits.
The food. Everybody talks about the food, the free food.
Yeah, the food is great, but it's also a great working environment.
What was your major at Stanford?
I majored in symbolic systems, which is a little bit like cognitive science.
Now, Google was not the giant that it is today back 7 years ago, but what was it about Google where you thought, that's the company I want to work for?
Well, it was the working environment and the people. We have very, very smart teams. The Chrome team is one of the smartest teams of engineers I've ever worked with. They can execute and do amazing things that I never thought possible. So the opportunity to work with such smart people is one of the biggest draws for me, and I think a lot of other Googlers.
Do you ever think about starting up a new business, or is there sort of that sentiment here that makes it feel like a startup where you can just come up with great ideas?
Well, you can, and that's one of the great things about the Chrome team. We started experimenting with browsers, experimenting with ideas in the browser space, and then we were able to start a product inside Google without having to go out and try to raise funding and get office space.
The tech press loves Chrome. It's getting rave reviews from the press, but slow to adopt. People aren't jumping on this bandwagon just yet. Why do you think that is?
Well, most people don't know that they have a choice in browsers. They just use the browser that came with their computer. We're really encouraged by the fact that the people who are in the know are using Chrome and loving it and giving us rave reviews. So that's a good early sign.
But you'd love for it to get better pickup, right?
Yes, we'd love more people to find out about the fact that there is something called the browser, and it's a very important piece of software on their computer, and they should make a choice.
Do you talk your friends' ears off? Dudes, you've really got to get on the Chrome browser.
Of course, yes. I give them a hard time if they're using something that came with their computer and not trying something new.
Brian Rakowski of the Chrome division here. Nice to see you. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Good to have you here. And back now from Google, and it's been a really interesting day. We've been talking to everybody here, and just stay on foxbusiness.com. The clips from most of our interviews are there. Check them out.